Yeah.
For gems, a lot of people ask me about the gems. Obviously, when you're using 5-star gems, you don't have a whole hell of a lot of options right now, since we have to use 6 out of the 9. The only ones that I think are really mandatory is obviously Chip of Stoneflesh is really, really good to use in conjunction with the Wraith form. When you have anybody who's faced me in PvP has probably, or faced Necros knows that when you slot this into the PvP thing and run through somebody, it fears them, which then procs Chip, which obviously allows us to, any of those times that you've laughed about, where the hell did my health go? It's because of this.
Yeah.
It's because you run through them, proc Chip, you bash on them, they take mega damage.
Yeah.
Jade, obviously MVP for any class. I mean, there's no question that this gem is amazing. And obviously, I really, really like Bottle Taupe. We have a lot of ways to proc it. 24% with the increased duration from the build that I'm using gear-wise is obviously makes this really powerful. But it pretty much stops there. The other 3, my least favorite is Phoenix Ashes by far. I don't like this gem. This will be the first 5-star gem I think I'm going to replace.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way.
So the thing about it is when you're in Battlegrounds, they lower your damage output, right? So you don't do as much damage as you normally do, because obviously if we did our full damage, we would be just one-shotting everybody. It wouldn't be fun, So the problem is that because this bases the damage off your base damage, this is the reason why the shields in PvP don't seem as strong. It's because it's basing it off your base damage, and they nerf your base damage in Battlegrounds. Yeah. So this becomes a really, really weak shield. And the other crappy part is it can only occur every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got this one gem that does this one thing, and then for 3 minutes it's just sitting there doing nothing.
Right.
So I really don't like that. And the other reason is when it comes to these secondary bonuses, I love the offensive ones way, way more. Obviously, these primary and skill damage resonating bonuses this is obviously a first world whale problem, but I'm just saying, like, this is another reason why this gem's going to go. Howler's Call is fine, but I also am not in love with it. It's probably better for melee classes. As a range class, I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally set Clifford off to China accidentally, because it's just kind of frustrating. And Blessing isn't awful. I'll probably hold on to this one as my third. It's probably going to be replacing Phoenix, replacing Howlers, and then someday replacing Blessing.
Clifford off to China, boys.
Yeah, send Clifford off to China. I hate when it happens, but with the clunkiness of trying to aim your primary sometimes.
Yeah.
But we'll see what new gems come. I know we had data mined a bunch. There are 3 that we're really excited for. We really want Concentrated Will. We really want Leper's Balm, and we really want the Hellfire gem. You'll see. Those are going to be some real banger gems in the future that we're probably going to get. Hopefully this week we may even get one with the new battle pass.
That'd be crazy.
But so for PvP, the builds real quick. Kind of went on a tangent about the set there, but so the BG is really straightforward. You've got your bread and butter bone skills. You use the Bone Spear because it's better for PvP. I use the Bleed Spikes right now with the helmet just because it's just massive beast DPS. I think everybody uses this just for that purpose. Use the obviously generic Bone Armor because for your chest you're using your Bone Pillar. Everybody knows Bone Pillar. It's a staple in PvP. It's very annoying. The slow, the knock-up, everything about it. Right now you've got the Fear Pants. Run through them. This is a little annoying because now everybody's using that Gladiator tree and Paragon. So you got to kind of bait that sometimes. And then your shield is kind of a whiff. I just use this shield because while I'm not using the Soulfire to light my Bone Pillars on fire, I mean, you could. I just don't see the need. It does give you Bone Wall cooldown decreased by 10% as a perk. Yeah. So that's fine. And then this, obviously, the Bone Spear poisons. Now, this poison doesn't stack very well, so it's not great. But you can't go wrong with the Bone Spear damage increased by 10%. That's a given. So this build for PvP.
Gotcha.
For dungeons, like I said, the reason I use this in dungeons is the only swaps I make is I use the Bone Armor Pants. So the reason I like this Bone Armor Pants is the Bone Armor duration increased by 30 and Bone Armor cooldown reduced by 10. Now, you could use the Wraith Form Pants here, but here's a fun fact. When you are using PvE or whatever, there is one catch to this, and that is that when you are in the normal skill, your Wraith Form has a cooldown of 10 seconds. It's 9.4 because of my cooldown from Bottle Taupe. So this is normally 10 seconds, but when you slot this in, you'll notice, how do I do it? If you switch this to the Wraith Form here, and now you check your cooldown, all of a sudden you're going to notice it's up to 12 seconds. So you actually get a longer cooldown when you switch this to the damaging ability. And the reason that's important for PvE farming for 2 reasons is, first of all, it's obviously your mobility skill, so you want to be casting it as much as possible. And second, it's proccing that set bonus that we were talking about. So every time I'm fighting a boss and I use it, I get the 30% attack speed.
Gotcha.
So I want to be casting this as much as possible. And a 3-second difference in PvE farming is a pretty big deal. So that's why I switched to the bone armor or the bone armor pants for 2 reasons. First of all, lower cooldown on bone armor, so I can also be casting it. And second of all, it's going to keep these orbitals up longer. So I'm at the point now where my orbitals actually last the full duration of the timer. So there's 100% uptime in PvE farming of these orbitals. You'll notice right here that the timer is going to be up. So I think those pants are pretty good.
Sweet. Heck
well, it's gonna cut off right now because I switched the pants, but
that's a good combo right there.
And then the only other wildly different build is my CR pushing build. Now CR pushing became its own thing. I gotta wait for cooldown on the stupid thing right there. So CR pushing has been an interesting battle. Now when I say pushing, I mean anything that's in like the bizarrely high 90% reduced damage. You know, when we're trying to do like the 110 first. That became a bit of an issue because what ended up happening was your pets no longer do anything. In normal CRs, you can kind of rely on Golem to tank the boss. You can kind of just, you know, screw off and go do whatever else. You've got skeletons that can kind of do it. But all this stuff becomes just obsolete in high CRs.
Yeah,
when you're
that's
taking,
what I was trying to tell people when they were telling me to switch to the hammer and then go with the
these guys.
Like, dude.
These guys will get insta-gibbed in high CRs. They take, these guys share all your same reductions in 900 to a 1500% increased damage. Forget it. They're going to just be completely gibbed. You have no chance. So I'll go do a 105 real quick. It should be totally manageable for me. And you're going to notice my bar is a little wild right now. It's a little different. So what I ended up figuring out when it came to pushing CRs is 2 things. First of all, you need absolute maximum DPS. You need as much damage output as you possibly can because the boss is going to take you 2/3 of your bar the most of the time. Yeah. The boss is a real problem. They have tons of HP. You need to make sure you're maximizing uptime.
If my dog Mila catches 10 frisbees in a row, you have to subscribe. Mila, don't let me down, baby. You ready? Let's go, Mila. Come on. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Oh, there's 4, baby. You ready? Don't let me down, man. Oh! Should we count that one? Oh, baby. She's still going. We got 10 back. Mila. Oh, yeah. Turn and clip. Yep, Mila. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Mila. Oh, yeah. You better not stop here, baby. Let's go. Come on. Show them what you got. Oh, yeah. You ready? Yep, Mila. Oh. Say 10, Dad. What's 10? We got 20 frisbees over here. Oh, baby. It's all day, boy. Molly, you ready? Molly, you ready? You ready? Let's go, Mike. Come on, Mike. What you got, baby? And then all that does. Woo!